Who controlled the vast trade networks that made ancient Greece one of the wealthiest civilizations in the Mediterranean world? The answer might surprise you. It wasn't just the famous city-states like Athens and Sparta, but a complex web of merchants, colonies, and trading partnerships that stretched from the Black Sea to the shores of North Africa. Ancient Greece's trading relationships were far more extensive and sophisticated than many people realize. The Greeks didn't just trade with their immediate neighbors, they established commercial connections across 3 continents, creating one of the first truly international trading networks in human history. The foundation of Greek trade began with geography. Greece itself was a mountainous peninsula with limited fertile land, which meant the Greeks had to look beyond their borders for essential resources. This geographic challenge became their greatest advantage, as it forced them to become master seafarers and traders. The countless islands scattered across the Aegean Sea provided perfect stepping stones for maritime commerce, while the extensive coastline offered numerous harbors for their growing fleet of merchant vessels. Greek trade networks can be divided into several major regions, each offering different commodities and opportunities. The most important trading partners were found in the Eastern Mediterranean, where the Greeks established extensive commercial relationships with the ancient civilizations of Egypt, Phoenicia, and the various kingdoms of Asia Minor. Egypt was perhaps Greece's most valuable trading partner in the ancient world. The Egyptians possessed something the Greeks desperately needed: grain. The fertile Nile Delta produced massive surpluses of wheat and barley, which the Greeks imported in enormous quantities to feed their growing population. In return, the Greeks offered Egyptian merchants olive oil, wine, and manufactured goods such as pottery, metalwork, and textiles. The port city of Naucratis in the Nile Delta became a major Greek trading post, serving as the primary hub for Greek-Egyptian commerce for centuries. The relationship with Egypt went beyond simple commodity exchange. Greek merchants established permanent communities in Egyptian cities, while Egyptian goods and cultural influences flowed back to Greece. Egyptian luxury items like papyrus, ivory, precious stones, and exotic spices became highly prized in Greek markets, often commanding premium prices among wealthy Greek consumers. The Phoenicians represented another crucial trading relationship for the Greeks. These master traders from the eastern Mediterranean coast, particularly from cities like Tyre and Sidon, had established trading networks that spanned the entire Mediterranean. The Greeks learned much about navigation, shipbuilding, and commercial practices from the Phoenicians, while also competing with them for control of various trade routes. Phoenician merchants brought the Greeks access to goods from the far reaches of the known world. Through Phoenician intermediaries, Greeks could obtain tin from distant Britain, amber from the Baltic Sea, and exotic goods from the African interior. In return, the Greeks offered their own specialties: fine pottery, olive oil, wine, and silver from the mines of Laurion near Athens. The Black Sea region opened up another vital trading frontier for the Greeks. Beginning in the 8th century BCE, Greek colonists established numerous settlements along the Black Sea coast, creating what they called Pontus Euxenos, or the Friendly Sea. These colonies, including important cities like Chersonesos, Tanais, and Olbia, became crucial sources of grain, fish, timber, and precious metals. The Scythians, nomadic peoples who controlled much of the territory around the Black Sea, became important trading partners for the Greeks. These skilled horsemen and warriors controlled access to the vast steppes of modern-day Ukraine and southern Russia, regions rich in grain and livestock. Greek merchants exchanged wine, olive oil, and luxury manufactured goods for Scythian grain, honey, wax, furs, and slaves. Greek colonies in the Black Sea region also provided access to the rich fishing grounds of the area. Salted fish from the Black Sea became a major export commodity, shipped throughout the Greek world and beyond. The Greeks also imported large quantities of timber from the forests surrounding the Black Sea, essential for shipbuilding and construction in the largely deforested Greek mainland. The Western Mediterranean offered different opportunities and challenges for Greek traders. Here, the Greeks encountered the Etruscans of central Italy, who had developed their own sophisticated civilization and trading networks. The Etruscans were skilled metalworkers and possessed rich deposits of iron, copper, and silver in their territory. Greek merchants traded pottery, wine, and olive oil for Etruscan metals and manufactured goods. Greek colonies in southern Italy and Sicily, known collectively as Magna Graecia, became major centers of commerce in their own right. Cities like Syracuse, Tarentum, and Cumae not only served as trading posts, but also became important producers of goods for export. The fertile plains of Sicily made it a major grain producer, while the Greek colonies of southern Italy became renowned for their pottery and metalwork. The relationship between the Greeks and the various Italian peoples was complex and sometimes hostile. Competition for trade routes and resources often led to conflict, but it also spurred innovation and cultural exchange. The Romans, who would eventually conquer much of the Greek world, initially learned much about trade, engineering, and culture from their Greek neighbors. In the Western Mediterranean, the Greeks also encountered the Carthaginians, descendants of Phoenician colonists who had established their own trading empire based in North Africa. The relationship between Greeks and Carthaginians was marked by both cooperation and competition. While they sometimes traded peacefully, they also fought numerous wars for control of Sicily and other strategic territories. The Greeks established trading relationships with various Celtic and Iberian peoples in what is now France and Spain. The Greek colony of Massalia, modern-day Marseille, became a major trading hub that connected the Greek world with the Celtic tribes of Gaul. Through these connections, the Greeks obtained tin, silver, and other metals from the western regions of Europe. Greek traders also ventured into the Atlantic, establishing contact with peoples along the coasts of Spain and Portugal. Archaeological evidence suggests that Greek goods reached as far as the British Isles and the Atlantic coast of Morocco, demonstrating the remarkable extent of Greek commercial networks. The organization of Greek trade was sophisticated and well-developed. Merchants formed partnerships and associations to share risks and pool resources for major trading ventures. The Greeks developed standardized weights, measures, and coinage systems that facilitated trade across different regions. Letters of credit and other financial instruments allowed merchants to conduct business without carrying large amounts of precious metals. Greek trading ships were marvels of ancient engineering. The largest cargo vessels could carry hundreds of tons of goods, while specialized ships were designed for different types of cargo. Wine ships had specially designed holds to protect amphorae during transport, while grain ships were built to maximize cargo capacity. The Greeks also developed sophisticated navigation techniques using stars, coastal landmarks, and written sailing directions to navigate the often treacherous waters of the Mediterranean. The goods that flowed through Greek trading networks were incredibly diverse. From Greece itself came olive oil, wine, pottery, metalwork, and textiles. Greek artisans were renowned throughout the ancient world for their skill, and Greek pottery, in particular, was highly prized from Britain to the Black Sea. The silver mines of Lorient provided the Greeks with a valuable export commodity and the means to purchase goods from distant lands. Imported goods were equally diverse. Grain came from Egypt, Sicily, and the Black Sea region. Luxury items included Egyptian papyrus, ivory, and precious stones, Phoenician purple dye, Arabian incense, and Indian spices. Raw materials like timber, metals, and textile fibers came from various regions, while manufactured goods reflected the diverse skills and traditions of different cultures. The impact of this extensive trading network on Greek civilization cannot be overstated. Trade brought wealth that funded the construction of magnificent temples, supported the arts and philosophy, and allowed for the development of complex political systems. The constant contact with other cultures enriched Greek civilization, introducing new ideas, technologies, and artistic styles. Trade also facilitated the spread of Greek culture throughout the Mediterranean world. Greek language, art, architecture, and political ideas spread along trade routes, creating a shared cultural sphere that historians call the Hellenistic world. This cultural exchange was not one-sided. The Greeks also absorbed influences from the many peoples they traded with, creating a rich and diverse civilization. The wealth generated by trade allowed Greek city-states to support large populations and maintain powerful armies and navies. The naval power that protected Greek trading ships also projected Greek influence throughout the Mediterranean. The famous battles of Salamis and Plataea that saved Greece from Persian conquest were made possible in part by the wealth generated through trade. Greek trading networks also facilitated the exchange of ideas and knowledge, scientific and philosophical concepts, mathematical and astronomical knowledge, and technological innovations spread along trade routes. The Greeks learned about coinage from the Lydians, improved metallurgy from various peoples, and gained access to the astronomical knowledge of Babylonia and Egypt. The decline of Greek trading dominance came gradually as new powers rose in the Mediterranean world. The Romans eventually conquered most of the Greek world, though they largely maintained the trading networks that the Greeks had established. The rise of Christianity also changed the character of Mediterranean trade, as new religious and cultural factors influenced commercial relationships. However, the legacy of Greek trade networks lived on. The Romans built upon Greek foundations to create an even more extensive trading system. The knowledge and techniques developed by Greek merchants influenced traders throughout the ancient world. Even today, many of the principles of international trade that the Greeks pioneered, standardized currencies, commercial law, and international trading partnerships, remain fundamental to global commerce. The story of ancient Greek trade reveals a civilization that was far more interconnected and cosmopolitan than popular images of isolated city-states might suggest. Through their extensive trading networks, the Greeks created one of the first truly global economies, connecting diverse peoples and cultures across 3 continents. Their success as traders not only brought them wealth and power, but also created the foundation for the cultural achievements that continue to influence our world today.